First, I want to thank all the people here at Mass Innovation for having us. Wicked excited to be here. Thank you to all the people that voted for us online and got us up on this stage. It's tremendously helpful to our company to get exposure as a startup, as everybody in here knows. I am Christopher Matromalo. I'm the Director of Marketing for MyMedicalShopper, and thanks so much for having me. I'm going to go through the problem really quickly because I think we all have a pretty good sense of what's going on. Healthcare costs are outpacing inflation. They're outpacing growth in workers' earnings by over 4 times. When we look at a slow recovery in our economy, or you start thinking about like, well, why haven't I had the raises that I thought I was going to get over the last 10 or 15 years? You might want to blame healthcare. It's a huge problem, and you know, the industry would have you think that your insurance carrier is on your side. Turns out they're not. If you actually look at the financial incentives, insurance companies are bound in a quasi-regulated industry where they make more money when you pay higher claims and higher premiums. So do you think they're excited about MyMedicalShopper coming onto the scene and possibly reducing claims by 60 or 70%? They are not. Legislation was a good start. I mean, it was a good start. In New Hampshire, they were the first state to enact a all-payer claims database and require that that carriers submit claims data to the state. Good first step. It hasn't made a big difference in curbing the growth of healthcare costs. Look at Massachusetts, took it a step further last year and passed a law that said that all carriers and all providers had to provide patients with an accurate price quote for any incident of care that they were anticipating having within 48 hours. Channel 5 News 2 weeks ago today released the results of an investigative report that they did, and also the Pioneer Institute did a very similar study here in the state of Massachusetts that showed that very often providers and carriers are not getting back to people at all within a week, even though they're required to within 48 hours, and still you got to jump through a ton of hoops. Basically, this is where we are in terms of healthcare. This is what we know as patients. This is us fumbling around in the dark, and MyMedicalShopper wants to do something about it. Here we are. 45 seconds. I want to make this a little bit interactive. Can somebody tell me something that you can do in 45 seconds? Anything. What can you do in 45 seconds? Something productive. Come on, guys. I only have 5 minutes. You can't take too long. I only got 5 minutes up here. What can you do?
Read the headlines of the newspaper.
Read the headlines of the newspaper. Do you wear baseball hats? Do you like owls? You like owls? All right, here you go. You got an owl. Somebody else, what can you do in 45 seconds? I'm short on time, guys. I'm short on time. Somebody over here?
1.5 exercise intervals on the bike.
Yeah, 1.5 intervals on Revo. Do you wear hats? All right, and what was back there?
I can get my heart rate up to 120.
Oh, Revo, you're influencing the room. All right, and deliver that owl for the nice gentleman back there. I came up with a few things that I can do. I can reheat leftovers in the microwave. I'm a really slow toothbrusher, but I bet some of you in here can do half your teeth, maybe. Check your blood pressure. If you're Michael Phelps, you can do the 100-meter freestyle. And I'm a huge baseball fan, but you know only one pitch could I watch in 45 seconds. MyMedicalShopper saves you so much money in 45 seconds. $286 on a comprehensive metabolic panel. Over $1,100 on an MRI. Over $5,800 on a nuclear stress test. Just by choosing your provider based on price and quality. We've, to this point, not really had the ability to do this. This is 2 providers in Nashua, New Hampshire, for an allergy skin test. These are routine procedures. These are not complicated things. There are not a lot of uncertainty, not a lot of surprises that come up. These are the exact same procedures performed about 2 miles apart. You waving at me?
I'm waving.
MyMedicalShopper is the answer. We have a stupid, simple, crazy, easy app to use. It's in the App Store, Android, Google Play. It is also available anywhere you have an internet browser, fully functional, mobile website. You type in what you need. Your doctor says, I want to send you for a wrist x-ray. I want to send you for a blood test. You type in wrist, and a drop-down menu pops up. The first thing is wrist x-ray. You click it, and it shows you the range of bundle prices that you can pay. Wherever you want to go, you tell your doctor, I want to go here. And that's the opportunity. We could save 74% in New Hampshire if we just had the ability to shop. She's throwing me off the stage. I'm pretty much done. Please ask me a couple questions. Please come and see our table outside. Thank you so much for having us. And it's free right now in the App Store for all of you. So if you're going to do one thing right now, certainly tweet about us, but go ahead and download App Store, Google Play, MyMedicalShopper. 2 questions?
Is it just outpatient procedures?
Everything. There's about 9,000 different codes that we look at. 7,500 of them are available to patients, consumers in our app. So while we focused on outpatient stuff, to start, really anything that you could come across, it's in there.
How do you pick what prices by different providers because they charge everybody differently? So, who knows?
Well, what we do is we look at what people on private insurance pay, what the negotiated rates are at different providers. So you can look, and I could show you an example. I'd be happy to show you on my phone outside. But you, for instance, look up comprehensive metabolic panel, like cholesterol blood test. You can see, you're going to see a list of what every provider in your area. You can search by a zip code and put a radius around you if you want and see what's near you. And you can choose any of them. You integrate your own insurance, and it'll show you where you are in your deductible and how much you would actually have to pay out of pocket for that procedure at that provider. For that procedure at that provider. I think they're going to take this away from me. I'm sorry. I would love to answer all
He's
these
got a table
questions.
out there.
But I do have a table out there. I have a co-founder with me. We're really fun to talk to. Thank you so much.